Okay. We're gonna go check out some small potential jobs, residential, and we're gonna go check on the guys. But let's see if we can go check on the guys first. I'm gonna take them some waters and Gatorades and all the good stuff, and from there we're gonna go check out the potential jobs, come back, send some new estimates, and we're gonna send some invoices, some paperwork that we gotta send, all that stuff. Okay.
Starting route to 420 Indigo Court.
Oh man.
Head north on Hector Porras Drive, then take the first left onto Emerose Way.
Okay, down. I need you to fucking... Oh, how do I pause it? Oh, rare. We're gonna go check out the job first. Then,
because it's
then we're gonna go with these guys. Then we'll come back. Alright, so shit, took us like an hour to get here because of all the traffic. But the owners are not here. I think just the wife or something, because I've been talking to the guy. I'm not sure if he's married or not, but he said someone's there to help. I really don't need, her to come out. Maybe she's just chilling. So he kind of told me what he wants already, so let's take a look, get some measurements, and yeah, we'll take it from there. All right, so new potential job. This guy sent me a message to the Instagram, and he kind of just told me, hey man, how much would you charge for 70 feet on each side of the house, so total 140 linear feet, just a small rock wall to divide properties, 2 feet, 2.5. And I usually don't like giving prices like that, but sometimes I know they're just kind of looking, so I try to just kind of help out, be like, yeah, more or less we're looking around this amount. And funny enough, he just got back to me and he was like, yeah, that sounds good, just why don't you swing by, get measurements, take pictures, and send me a good contract. So that's what we're here for. And some houses don't have we call it a garden wall, and some of these houses the builders don't include it. So as you can see, you don't know which side is yours, and the left side over here and this side, it's a higher elevation, so you kind of got rocks falling on your side. I don't know, I imagine when it rains it's a huge mess. So we're gonna propose a garden wall right here, just to divide and, you know, kind of hold that dirt off in that side. Gotta be careful here because they did this pad and it's, I mean, it seems like it's right on their property. It's good. So I'm gonna have to probably do the rock wall right next to this pad right here. Bring it up front, but look, man, AT&T. I don't know what they did right here. Look at the cable. I think this is the fiber cable for the internet, and they have it on his side, the neighbor's property, and it kind of goes inside to you know, my client's property. So we're gonna have to probably, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna move it. I'll tell them to ask, but I doubt they're gonna do that since there must be a reason why they put it there. So let's see if we could just kind of bury it down under the footing without damaging it. That's an option. We'll probably discuss that when we send the contract, see what he would prefer. I would just probably dig it. Now once it's dug up there, properly dig it, because look, who leaves the cable like that, man? Oh my god. Okay, so it's the same thing over here on this side, but look at, it's like if I go too much this way, I'm kind of stealing, you know, some of his land, you know, his rock wall. I'm sure he's gonna want it like right here in the middle. If you can kind of see the rock wall goes right here. That's where it kind of divides the properties. So this thing as well is on the way. But yeah, this one's a little bit, you know, there's more dirt over here that needs to be retained by the rock wall. So this is pretty simple. It's not a big deal. Just those things in the front, the internet cables. That's pretty much it. Oh, this is pretty cool. Kind of like a desert. Plants and shit. It looks nice. Okay. So the upcoming, you know, garden wall. Hopefully we get that contract signed. I'm feeling pretty positive about this one, especially since he kind of knows how much we're gonna charge him, more or less. So I might even give him a little discount on that, since, you know, he got back and he's been pretty cool. He's not the type of people that, you know, kind of just joke around with you and play around. He's playing games. Nah. So hopefully this happens, and we got to do it right. So I don't want to mess around too much with it. I'm gonna ask him about this AT&T stuff and that side as well, see what he thinks. I'm pretty sure he's gonna ask for my opinion, and I'll tell him you could either call him, see if they can move it around, that one as well, and if they don't answer and they're making a big deal about it, we'll just, you know, try to avoid it. Either put the wire down to footing, or kind of just kind of glue, not glue it, but like tape it or something to the rock wall so it's not that loose in the bottom. Cover it with some rocks. That way if they have access, they need to have access to it, they'll have it. And this side, well, I don't know, man. Let's see what happens on this side. It's just that we could probably, you know, do a rock wall, bend it this way, bend it this way, bend it that way, and just straight. Or we could kind of see if we could fit something through here. Not much, or just leave this gap. I just don't want to dig too close to it and something come out, some wires or something. So it's like, we'll see. That's the only concern. The rest, easy. But yeah, let's see how we'll do some numbers. We'll do a nice contract. We'll set them up hopefully for next week. This week we're still busy. Next week on the weekend, we'll mobilize on Thursday, and go ahead and get the truck. We'll mobilize on Thursday and kind of we'll mobilize on Thursday, and we'll see if we can knock it down Friday and Saturday. It's really not that hard. And especially if we all come, excuse me, about 5 or 6, we should be good. But yeah, let's go. Let's go to check out the guys over there at the Northeast Joe Caro. So we're close to Joe Caro, Project Joe Caro. It's over here by Northeast Honda Pass. Honda Pass. Let's see what's going on. You know what? I'm gonna call this Jonathan to kind of come out, so you could give me the power tools so we can start working on our what's it called, trailer. You guys haven't seen it, but oh man, it's gonna be a game changer. I just know it is, for organization especially. So I want to work on that today after I finish my stuff. But I need the power tools, obviously, and I'm gonna give them the waters and the Gatorades and stuff as well, so you can have them in this truck. Just kind of pull them out whenever they get thirsty. All right, so this is it. This is one of the few projects we have with Smithco on the Paso Water. We'll take a look at the progress right now. All right, guys, so busy day, and we got a lot of estimates to do, not only for residential, but we got some of those commercial clients as well, giving us the opportunity to bid new projects, not only where we're comfortable at, like concrete, rock walls, some block, but in general. So they're giving us the opportunity to kind of bid electrical, plumbing, roofing, right, HVAC, concrete walls, of course, the concrete, sidewalks, driveways, asphalt. We've done asphalt, so we're pretty comfortable there. It's just, we don't do it as often. And what else? Oh, of course, the rock walls, the landscape. So lots of work, thankfully, but we got to be careful. We got to be careful because a lot of these things we're new to, so there's a lot of things that we don't know. We're gonna try to get the prices from some of our subs, review them ourselves, ask a bunch of questions, why this, why that, and just take it from there. Hopefully we get the opportunity to do something big soon, bigger than what we're doing now, and hopefully that goes well. That's what I'm gonna be working on for these past well, I've been working on these things for maybe 2 days already. That's why I haven't done any content outside, but I still got maybe another week just at home at the office working on these bids. But anywho, we're right here at UTEP. It feels nice to be back here. I love it. Humble beginnings. I've always wanted, since I was a kid, just be a UTEP student, and most importantly, be an alumni, which I am now. So it took me a long time to kind of focus and get my shit together, you could say. But I graduated on 2021 from supply chain management logistics. Yeah, business student. So all of this construction, you know, the business in general, I see it in a business way, you could say. And I always try to see things on how to better ourselves and just better the business. But you know, there's a lot of companies, they have engineers that I've seen, or they are engineers and they open up a business and they just think completely different, which is cool. I'm not saying that's not the way to do it. Some of these people are very successful. Like I've heard donor VMAC, David Venegas, and his father, I think his father was his name is Oscar. I hope I got that right. They're engineers, right? And I think David's daughter as well is an engineer, and they run an amazing business, VMAC. I'm pretty sure everyone in El Paso knows who they are. They've done, you know, almost 80% of El Paso new construction work, and some of the old one. So they're a top business, construction business, and they just knew how to do it. Patience, and, you know, dedication, and a few other things, right, that you need to run this business. But here we are. Hopefully my brother Johan and my other brother Gael get the opportunity to see these things and you know, motivate them to study engineering or architecture, or something a little different from what I studied, which is business. I don't know it all, but I know the structure of it, and I think I could do a pretty good job on maintaining it that way. But if we want to improve, if we want to learn other things, I'm pretty sure engineering is the way. I'm trying to learn all these things, and it's complicated. How to, you know, get quantities, how to, you know, read plans, drawings, blueprints, whatever you want to call them. You know, understanding the way they see it, the way they read it. And it's a whole different ball game from what I knew, right? But here we are, trying our best and learning. So there's nothing that we cannot do. I've always said that. And if we don't know it, we learn it. Easy. We're always trying to better ourselves. So hopefully my brothers get to do that, and that will give us a big boost to this family business that we're running. So we're here at UTEP. Reason why we're here at UTEP is one of my professors from my senior year here at UTEP. We got along super well. I asked for advice when I was running this business, and I maybe had, you know, a couple months running it, right, where my father told me, hey, you know what, don't go look for a job, don't, you know, why don't you stay here, you know. He didn't say don't go look for a job, he just basically told me you could stay here and we could do this business. And I've always wanted to do this business. I've always liked construction. It's always been in my life ever since I was a kid. You know, I would go see my dad put some sprinklers, cut some lawn, paint, you know, when he was beginning. And as we grow older, you know, some concrete, some rock walls, I was always there, always there. And when he told me that, you know, as a son, you always want to help out your father, and he always helped out me. So I said, let's do it, Dad, let's do it. And we've had our ups and downs, and we've, you know, like any business, we have our troubles and what so, but we always move forward, and that's where we're at right now. So we're gonna talk to a classroom, because he invites me over to kind of catch up with me and motivate new students in his class, kind of see, kind of explain to the students what's been going on after I graduated, what's it like owning a business, and, you know, the ups and downs, and what to expect and what to believe, and, what's worked for me and what's not worked for me. So that's why we're here. I hope he lets me record. If not, well, I'll just kind of give a resume when we're done. But we took a little time to catch up with a friend, a mentor, and that's okay. I'll get back home and I'll keep on working on those bids, and I'll keep on working on everything I need to do, and everything's fine. Everything's perfect. So yeah, hopefully he lets me record, and you'll be seeing that. If not, we'll give a nice resume of what happened, and we'll continue with the episodes. All right, guys. Man, just take a look at UTEP. Like, I love this school. Funny enough, some of these rock walls, my dad was doing them with Sanchez Construction. Funny enough, he was here. That's how everything is connected. All right, we're here in the parking, like right here by the business. Okay, guys, let's go.
So Andy is gonna be our last guest speaker. The last one, and also because I think it's the one that made me more proud of the work that I do here at UTEP. He's a personal friend. He was my students once here at UTEP in room 312. Right, he used to sit in the last chair over there, and he came to me, telling me his story. Like his dad was a gentleman that used to make stone walls, and he was one of the people making the wall. So basically, his dad company was his dad and maybe two other guys or one guy when they find a job. So Andy, at what age you start building walls with your hands and work?
Me? No, I was probably like 16.
So he decided to study because he wants more. And when he was in my class and I was saying, hey man, I help people to develop businesses. In some cases I participate in those businesses, in some cases I don't. My vision for this company is a company that requires him to be flying twice a week, and he doesn't want that for his life. But you will be impressed how much he have achieved in how long? 3 years, 4 years?
It's gonna be 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
4 years. You starting the walls, what you saw, all the stuff that you didn't have when you grew up, right? I mean, let them know where you have.
Well, it wasn't like, that suffering story ruined the ghetto or anything. No, it wasn't really like that. My dad always managed to pay the bills, to send me to school. He always worked in maintenance. My father, he worked pretty much everything he could get his hands on, and he got the opportunity to work with some builders to do some homes and everything, so he decided to pursue that. And it was just ups and downs. He would tell me, and I would see it. I was young, I was maybe like 12, 13 when he started doing it. And it was like, they didn't pay me this day, I don't have money to pay my employees, I don't know if I could start this project, things like that. I don't understand the language as much, I don't understand what they're trying to make me do, contracts and stuff. So all that got in my head. I was like, hey, this doesn't seem that fair. And growing up with him, I'll go work with him in the summer, then I graduated and I'll work with him full time. And I told him, you know what, I kind of want to go to school because I don't know if I want to do this, be in the sun all day, breaking rock, pouring concrete. At first I was like, this is too much, I don't want to do this.
Because
Now it's
hard.
Yeah, now it's kind of backwards. Now I miss being there, and I miss, that type of work. I really do. And I do get to work at it sometimes. Sometimes you'll see me there, laying some rock, pouring some concrete. It's part of the business and part of the way I do it. So, Steven, give him a huge shout out because he motivated me to get in school and be a better person. And not only be a better person, but be someone that's always trying to pursue more in life. life, you know. He told me, dude, it's free, financially, it's gonna cover it. You know, why not do it, you know? I'm a 4.0 student, you know, but I'll tell you this, I'm an honest student, and that's what my friend and he always guided me that way, because he's like, don't ever cheat yourself. When my dad spoke to me, he was like, you can stay here, we could build this business. I feel like you've already developed a lot of character, you know a lot of things. You could do it. And I was like, say less. My wife was pregnant at the time, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to move out of the city or anything, and just me and her, things are gonna get complicated, so we'll stay here, and I'll work, and that's what I decided to do. And you know, I graduated with a 3.2. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes, you know, it was like, you know, like I'm behind, but most of the time, even especially in his class, the last class, I don't know if you guys were taking it, you can't cheat. That's what I liked about it, because I was already prepared. I was like, you know, I know how to study now. I know how to do research. I know how to, you know, stay in focus for
Talking about 4,300.
4,300, yeah, this is entrepreneurship?
Yeah, this is.
Oh, okay, that's an easy class. Yeah, and he didn't teach that when I was here.
Yeah.
I took it with someone else. My eye's been twitching like crazy because of all this stress. So if you see the eye light, just ignore it. You really can't do that. And teachers know. Everybody knows. You don't make up.
You know, I think that's a good point.
Everybody knows.
When you take the quiz, I know which ones are using the cell phone to answer. It was so clear on this. I mean, Andy was super disciplined. If I told him, jump, he just asked how high. No complaints, no crying, no saying, hey, no. Okay. He was sometimes devastated, but he kept fighting and kept. So we can do some stuff, but it depends a lot on you. It's your future. It's not mine. So talk to, again, the Paso Waters. We just moved to the Paso Waters. Tell me about the Paso Waters.
No, so if it's for you to expand, go ahead. These guys are farmers from New Mexico. They have like 1,500 acres over there, and they do that on the side. Then they do this construction. That's awesome. Like, I inspired to be like them so much. But now that I went ahead and applied over here, I saw everything. This is something that it took me a while to see, but I kind of attracted it to me being here. Because I was like, hey, who does the roads? Who does the parks? Who does these projects? Why am I not getting these bids? Who do I need to ask? And just kind of being there, and, getting along with the inspectors, with the engineers, with the management from El Paso Water, it got me there. And now I went, and it was so easy to apply. They're like, oh yeah, just send me your email. And I was like, that's it. I'm like, okay. And now I see all these bids, opportunities on the webpage, and every month you get new stuff, and repair some asphalt, do some bridges, do some parks, do that. And I was getting these before from other contractors, and now I'm seeing it, I'm like, huh. But then, how I was taught, it was like, before you kind of, hey, let's do this right away, analyze it, see what's going on, are you ready for this? And that's something that I've learned kind of the hard way, is grow. You want to grow smart. You don't want to grow just get all these contracts and get all this work, and then they tell you, okay, we need a crew of 10 people here, 10 people over here, and you're like, dude, I only have 20 employees, and now they want, and it's something that I've learned. It's like, hey, okay, we can't, swallow as much as we don't eat, as much as we can swallow, right? So I'm seeing how we're gonna attack this the most efficient way, maybe one project with them only at first, and kind of see how it is. We're trying to expand from just doing rock walls to being that type of contractor that could lift up your whole commercial building, could renovate your whole commercial building. Being that contractor that could help you do your own house, right? You want to do a porch, you want to do some landscape, you want to do some rock walls raised on your house. That's what we want to be. And we want to be that person or that contractor where you can trust. I mean, it's nice to have that discipline where you wake up at 5 and everything, but sometimes
let me add
it's hard
something
to.
else. In addition to discipline versus motivation, that motivation is a word that I just hate.
Alrighty guys, so freaking battery run out. I couldn't record when I was leaving UTEP, but we were able to record a little bit. So let's see if we could post some highlights on that. But it was nice. It was really nice. We got a real good talking, and some good students asking questions and all that good stuff. You know what? Like, honestly, I am no better than them, and they are no better than me. We're all students in the game, so it's always a privilege to go and talk to these students and just tell them kind of my perspective of what I've done and, you know, what I have achieved and what I'm trying to achieve. It's always good. I like it. But anywho, we're going home. We're gonna work on those estimates. We got a shit ton of estimates to do, thankfully. And we're gonna go ahead and prepare for tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and help them out do the shed. Yeah, I'm gonna help them out do the shed / storage, I guess. And we're gonna take a nice video of that. So yeah, let's do it.